It was 28 this morning. Like,
Yeah.
like we moved 30 degrees today.
That's when it just kills.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you love it, but it kills.
Back bus tomorrow?
No.
Be
We
good,
should.
ramping over ice balls.
We should, I know.
It'd be
Ooh.
tough.
Here's-
It's tough.
Yeah.
We would, but here's the problem. I had several appointments I need to schedule, so I scheduled them all the same day in Paducah, so I can knock them all out on a Tuesday, my day off. Thinking, I did this a couple months ago, thinking middle of February, perfect. No way the weather's gonna be nice.
Right.
Of course, here we are. Yeah.
But they might.
So y'all can thank me for the weather.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been some slick
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, man.
deal.
Yeah, you're welcome. They don't need all that salt on them chains.
They didn't go to school in Lexington today. They've not.
You know, I was talking to one of my consultants up there and he told me that it blew me away.
Didn't you see the
governor? He
Do what?
about
Yeah.
Lexington?
Lexington.
Oh, Sydney lives there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But did they get like another wave later, like a week? or
They got
two
more ice
later?
than us, to be fair.
Yeah, I think they
but-
did, but
yeah.
they're still, the populace is very
Long
unhappy.
enough for me.
Yeah.
It
Well, Marshall, they do it 'cause some of the other
particular
schools don't go back
consistency of
Monday.
what was there was.
I don't know. if
Yeah.
they-
But people were
And you
using
would-
picks to get it.
Sure.
Close in Lexington.
And you would
Craig,
think,
I
I
don't
mean,
think-
they would probably.
I think the Calvert did it.
Oh, okay.
But Craig was like a teacher then.
Yeah.
Because they are, you know, they say, we get more snow, you know,
Yeah.
that they'd be better equipped, but
Yes, thank
one of the people I know lives there, he was complaining that they spent the money on other.
Just the,
Remember when we were at the KLP thing?
Yeah, yeah, it had high.
Still there.
Yeah, still there, yeah.
5:30. Rock and roll.
The
Oh,
13th.
get this thing out. Linda, please lead us in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to February City Council meeting. Appreciate everybody showing up. Especially given the great weather outside. Nobody had anything better to do at this time of the evening. It's good to come in and get back to work, I guess.
Get there about 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Okay, let's go. We do have an agenda that leads to that. So, I do want to recognize the passing of, Janice Devine, the longtime, I don't know how many years postmaster for Calvert. Obviously a postmaster in several locations. Family's been part of our community for a long time and, she will be missed. It's, you know, she was always a positive energy and knew just lots of people from virtue of what she did on a day-to-day basis. And, I really gonna miss Janice. Also, Nick Cole retired. 31 years last week. And that's quite the passing there. Depth of experience. He was our longest tenured employee. And that leaves who in the next spot, John?
I think it's Chris.
Chris, that's right.
Chris and then Billy, then me.
All right. We had the weather event and I'm proud to see these piles of ice disappear. City made it through. We didn't really publicize a lot of it, made a declaration of emergency on the Friday before the storm hit, just in case it was worse than anticipated. That way we would have had the powers to go and do other things that might have had to be done. Good job to Brad and the crew. I think the waiting, everybody knew it was coming and thinking about the times, the old days, we didn't know those things were coming and now they give you plenty of notice of that stuff. And it almost is like, is this really going to happen? And are people going to believe it or not? But it was a severe storm across the state. And I think our city came through very well.
Mayor, this particular snow has stayed on the ground longer than any snow since 1978.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting.
This was senior in high school. Said just the other day that he went to school, they had school 3 days with the whole month of January. And I remember that he was home a lot. Very good.
Well, I remember being out of school during that same period and I'll just leave that at that. But, you know, I always tell people we get snow every year and it's on the ground over a week. It's a heck of an event. And this one had that covered quite well. The ice pellets, created a new challenge, for getting the plow to the bottom of the street and getting enough energy to keep it going. And, I think we did a great job. The state had some delay on getting some of their right of ways cleared, and I can neither confirm nor deny they had a little help from us. So that's good news. With that, approval of the minutes. Everybody had a chance to read the minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
Okay.
There was one correction. I should have had it pulled up. It's the second or third paragraph. It says, Mayor Jones.
Uh-oh,
Did I really?
you did?
We all noticed that.
You did? You sure he wasn't here?
In spirit.
That is weird.
Prove it.
Very weird.
As amended.
Okay.
Any other?
Well, I'll be.
I didn't.
No?
I don't know how I managed to do that.
Saw them posting.
That's
From
interesting.
many, many years ago.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay, so I'll make that correction. And who,
Wraps it.
Ralph seconded, okay.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Do we have anybody, visitors or petitioners tonight? Any new business to bring to council? Nope, nothing. All right. Moving along to old business. Danae asked at the last meeting, I think it might have been outside of the meeting, is how do we stay on track of issues that are brought to us, such as the Colorado Street issue? So it is listed here specifically as old business to get back around. Glenda went back in and found some information and sent it to each of us about some of the considerations that were made and some of the situation. What was the date on that? Anybody remember? That's our quiz.
I don't remember. I can remember the stuff being talked about, but I don't remember when.
So she brought in some excerpts. The city had
I
some
went ahead and printed it.
had some petitions brought
It
out.
was just as you remembered,
Imagine
Kevin.
that.
Very
Do we have
good.
a date associated with it?
What I'm looking at it.
13?
13, summer of 2013. And you're right, they did do the community did this. And yep.
So we had some people present petition to the council on a preferred solution, and then we had a counter petition and some letters. So that is a cut through.
And then you had Florence and Hutchison, they did a traffic study and you had all of that taken care of.
What was that for?
Colorado Street,
So
it was the same.
That was to end the road. There was a petition to end the road as a cul-de-sac and not have it join. Was it
up to Colorado.
Colorado and 15th
That
Street.
connector, they're gonna.
I'm curious if the people who did the counter petition lived on Colorado Street or.
Some of them, yes.
Some of them that signed it did. Some of the ones that signed it lived on in the depths up there. They didn't want to lose
Yeah.
that cut through.
What year was that?
13.
13.
The majority of the
But
people
then-
that signed that were against us. turning
But
it
then
into a
this,
Yeah, I know that,
This
but I'm
letter
saying
is
if they didn't live on
2005.
Colorado Street, you know.
Do what?
they-
this letter is 2005,
2005.
that they were not wanting it
Okay,
closed.
yeah.
2013 was the petition.
Is there any way that where you go up to 15th Street there, you still go up the hard, what we were talking about is really difficult
And the study
to
was.
get up there? Is there anything you can do to that to make it any better?
It's such an incline approach.
It is, it's really.
It was, no, because we'd have to go back and probably redo that whole hillside. And it would have to be brought down in such an angle that you would have driveways to both
Oh, yeah.
sides of the road. Coming back almost around a
Okay.
circle, coming back off
Okay,
there
yeah.
to go in. I mean, it's a major overhaul is what it'd be to even get that. And I still don't know that it's gonna make it safe coming off the 15th.
Yeah.
Colorado's kind of straight shot. The 15th was really, you're gonna block the road when you go across Colorado. from 15th, make that left-hand turn.
Mhm.
You almost have to block the road to see it, so you can get down it.
Well, let me get
did
back.
not see
I
it.
have been corrected. I've had a,
No.
I've had a moment of misunderstanding here. I thought there was a packet of information I reviewed and I thought we had sent it to each of you guys.
I did not.
So I apologize for springing that out there quite like that. We've got it in singular. We could copy it
But I
and
can't.
distribute it. But certainly I think the important point is, and Nita, you bring up a good point. A lot of the ones that were counter closing that corridor didn't have to live in the conditions of what they considered unsafe speed. Okay. And then some of them from there. So this has been an ongoing issue. Florence and Hutchinson didn't really do anything, but just do a traffic count and just a real brief, review of the traffic count and when the split would be and where you would cut it off. And and the city's not done anything. So given that, and I do have, I'm gonna put Chief Cannon on the spot. Chief, is there anything happened in Colorado since our last meeting? We'll get a copy of that to everybody. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it had been sent on email.
So we've done extra patrols with mornings and afternoons, and we have stopped several vehicles and issued some citations for speeding as well. So the majority of the vehicles we have stopped do not actually live on Colorado Street. Just to let you guys know that. So,
So Michael,
I don't know how to work it.
is it green?
Yes, there's a green light.
Okay, it didn't sound like it, but okay.
That's all I know right now. So there has been enforcement actions since our last meeting.
So the Tuesday following our Monday night meeting last month, I observed a vehicle pulled over and if I was remembering it right, I think it was one of the ones mentioned,
Okay.
described.
I was down there yesterday and just watching and seeing how the layout was and a little red car come flying down through there.
Yeah.
Down, and then they went on up and went on 15.
Yeah.
Same time.
There's a speed issue and then there's a width issue. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if
the
you met
width is
anybody,
the-
but
Yeah.
you gotta get off.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I doubt the red car's listening to the. meeting.
Probably not.
You're good to go. We don't think they're listening.
They don't matter.
Yes.
But
Curious if Colorado, is it a lot of the same people that have lived there a long time, or is it new families? Do you know?
It's a mix. I would say it's what, in the last 10 years, how many have moved?
Yeah.
Half.
The Williamsons have been there for.
Yeah, they're definitely
And
the,
then Ian Smith lived there and Daryl.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they
yes.
moved. and-
Okay. I just
The
trying.
people that live on the corner there.
Riley
and-
Circle.
They've been there long.
Yeah.
And the issue on Colorado, I don't want to
Yeah.
forget, it's the same thing that we deal with on the other pass through road.
Yeah,
And a lot of them, like Evergreen, there's houses like Colorado, the houses are a little more spread out, but Evergreen and Hickory, the houses are so close to the road. So it's the same deal. It may not be as much speed, but it's the same
Mhm.
fear from the people living on those streets. They have to, maybe haven't had an accident yet, but it's just that
Yeah.
fear of people driving by at that speed.
We have several yards of interior houses and Crabapple to 7th, Evergreen to 9th. The housing situation was just like any other lot, any other street, and you can then take long to figure out those are the main thoroughfares. And so Colorado probably has more reward than some of that because Colorado is one of those kinds of streets that you'll be driving down the road and Waze will say, hey, there's a wreck up there. You need to go down Colorado. It's one of those, it'll cut off quite a bit of distance for you when you do that sort of thing. So that's a good point. That's, I think the strategies that we could take in Colorado would probably extend to others. And some of the complaints on traffic on the others is you really don't have any practical means to really improve some of these thoroughfare streets to say, okay, I'm gonna put curbs in it. I'm not saying that would be, but even if you had unlimited funds, what could you do to improve those? curbing or sidewalks. There's simply not room along, Evergreen and Hickory especially, and then you got the curve going through Seventh. It'd be very difficult.
But do we have
Just put it-
signs like we do on Seventh where we put some signs up there? I mean, I know that's not much, but it's something there. And then like instead of a speed bump, those little things are like a drainage that just make a noise when you go over them.
Little rumble strip.
Little rumble thing that might slow somebody. I mean, I don't know,
Well-
it might be something to think about. I know you don't want the
Real
speed.
Quickly, we are blessed with having the ability to clear these roads quickly and fast, Rumble strips, like you're talking about, the plateaus or the tables and the bumps. That ends it for us as far as cleaning the roads,
Okay.
because that's a snap that blade and back in a heartbeat. And they can't get the speed up. They can't
Okay.
if they hit it, but just so you'll know,
No,
that's our biggest issue with it is maintenance after the fact.
Not clean, because they got them things everywhere.
So,
What if we just put a stop sign? There's a stop sign now coming from Riley. What if you put a stop sign right there and make it
A three-way.
three-way?
That
Where?
Raleigh and
At Raleigh,
Colorado,
so-
make it a three-way stop.
I was told that's why the stop sign got put up on Sixth going by around Chestnut in that area. The stop sign was put there. I was told years ago because of people flying down that hill on Sixth, so they just put one right there. It may not be right.
I don't recall. The six used to be pretty open, but there's a lot more stop signs on Six than we had at one time. It's been that way for a long time.
Long time.
Long time.
Maybe
Six
since I-
didn't
I
have.
think this was like 80 or.
Six did not have.
Well, I mean, maybe at Evergreen, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it did. Yeah. There's always been one at Six and Evergreen.
You come down that.
Always, as far as I know.
If, but not at Cherry and Chestnut. And
Yeah.
Cypress. There weren't stop signs there.
Yeah.
There are now. But if you put a stop sign there, I'm talking about a Riley and Colorado now. I mean, would that affect the speed, which is the main issue?
I don't know. I mean, how well do most drivers respect a stop sign?
Well, more than.
More than a speed
More
limit,
than-
probably.
Well,
more than speed limit.
I don't know, Chief. How many running stop signs do we issue? It's usually speeding, not moving violations through stop signs, isn't it? I mean, if there was a
Specific, get back to.
well, I mean, ballpark, just
Speeding tickets, disregard traffic, lights tickets.
which would seem to say people tend to pay attention to stop signs.
Well, at least most of the time, they
Well,
leave.
speeding, so 62,
Oh,
Oak
Lord.
Park 90.
Well, yeah. I was asking a very specific, unfair question.
Most of the time, if there's a stop sign, they're at least liable to
Slow
Slow down.
slow down and hit their
Yes.
brakes anyway.
Yeah.
Like coming off of that to Evergreen,
I mean,
it's like accelerating through.
Oh, my.
I mean,
Oh, my.
Put it
There was
right
something like maybe that might be a simple solution,
That
worth a
would
try.
probably be one of the more effective
At least to try.
Yeah.
with the least drawback
Stop signs or roundabouts?
stop sign.
Stop sign. Like
Either.
been around about.
Stop signs on most around, they slow down at least.
Yeah.
But if you close that off and cul-de-sac,
Slow down.
I feel like there's a lot of people back that way that do use that. You're gonna add a lot of time trying to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Paducah. You're probably gonna have your counter protests here.
It's worth a shot. I mean, how
Yeah,
easy is it
petition.
to do things like that?
To put a stop sign on
the
a city
first
street?
That we.
Have to give them a little notice.
Their
don't
stop.
you?
How easy is it?
Well, I didn't know if they're like legally.
No,
there's
it's-
any
yeah.
problem.
Now I understand the question. I don't know.
Traffic study and all that, but I mean, I guess y'all can put one where you want.
Dustin done a study Sunday.
Well, does the,
Jerry does all that.
yeah, does this other study check a box for us or?
No, it's not, given the age on it, it's irrelevant. It's been a long time. And again, I want to apologize. I thought that we had sent that to you guys and I didn't get that done. So we can
I
send.
had it all.
Yeah.
They did.
You did?
Explained it all to us.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the real point of that packet of information that Glenda did dig up and share with me was that you got both sides of that issue all the way through. You have people who really find great convenience in that, who don't have to suffer with having to live there, and then the ones who live there don't care about the convenience, and there you go. So, Ralph's suggestion of putting a three-way stop sign is not totally awful. We can take a look and see what that looks like. We've got one there already.
I mean, I think you'd have to probably, there's some notice and stuff that you'd have to give to say that it's gonna be put up there, but then they, I mean, to me, it's a good idea.
Yeah, let's just try it.
That is.
Well, we'll look into it and make sure we go about the right way. And I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever, since I've been on council, I don't think we've ever put a stop sign up anywhere that we didn't already have one, or at least I don't remember the details of it from a council perspective. So whether, I think maybe the city might have done that, but I don't know what the steps entail, but we'll make sure that it's done correctly. It's a city street. Okay, it's not a county road. We have purview over it. And so we'll see what needs to happen and get that in motion. Or if it seems daunting, we'll come back and check. But be a three-way stop where Raleigh Circle tees into Colorado. Is that a good description, Jeremy? Yes. Okay. Kind of entertaining the idea of a traffic circle in my mind. That's pretty far-fetched to do, but
There's that big
You
old
know.
culvert there, yeah.
Yeah. That's a big deal. Traffic circles are going to become more of a traffic control device in our lives, and it's pretty well recognized that they work pretty darn well for the right applications. So anyway, I appreciate everybody's thoughts of that matter. As far as the agenda tonight, we didn't have anything in the works as far as first readings, second readings, that sort of thing, but we are gearing up. It seems like June's a fairly way off. I guess today's weather helps us think it's closer than maybe it would have a week ago. But we ready to talk some about the timeline of budget? Yep. And what's already happening in some departments as we move forward.
This morning I put that timeline out for department heads, board requests. And any requests that you guys might have for specific projects or something like that needs to be in by the 16th, Friday the 16th of March. That gives us time to go and do some research on costs, et cetera, so we can actually get that put in there. So any requests for projects from council or other boards needs to be in by the 16th of March. Departmental submissions for their budgets will be April the 10th, which is also Friday. We hope to have, or our plan is to have a rough draft of the budget for fiscal year 26-27 by April the 30th to get it ready for our first workshop on May the 14th, which is a Thursday night after our regular meeting.
What day in May you said?
14th, it'll be Thursday, May the 14th.
That's your rough draft.
No, that's the actual budget workshop. The rough draft would be April 30th. For us to go in, start putting it together and making sure we can get it drafted up and printed for the workshop.
So we can put a placeholder on that. You sure about that date, John?
Yep.
I love this.
I'm sure about it. No, whether everybody else
Well,
follows suit, that's all
you
the
could,
story.
you're trying, these are targets, right? Okay.
I feel like it's pretty doable. We did it pretty close to that last year. I mean, we got done with the budget last year earlier than we have in a long time. So, and that's the purpose, is we want to try to get our second reading by your regular meeting in June. That's what we're shooting about. That'd be the latest. So that means, at this point, what's the DLG? Have they published the? They see it well, the COLA yet?
I have not seen it.
I hadn't seen it either, so I don't know what that is at this point.
You're talking about salary,
living.
cost of living, salary planning. So, as far as solicitation of, health insurance, when does that dovetail in?
They haven't sent me anything yet.
It's generally around the time that the departmental, we should have something by
Right. It always,
between in April. I expect it. I don't expect it earlier than that.
I get it usually right when we're in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the last things that we plug in.
I do have my insurance renewal packet, but I have not looked at it yet.
That's for
I've got-
health.
have to work through that.
KLC insurance go with our fiscal year on renewals? Okay. One, yeah. So utilities board, some of you have attended some reviews of our rate study. And we're shooting for be able to come to council in March with some recommendations on changes of policies and some fees and different things, including where the rate study falls out. And that's in time to plug in the potential water budget, which is pretty skinny every year. So. That's all I've got on the agenda for tonight as far as new business, but I will write up another one. The city utility department, we've had a sewer backup into a resident structure again. There's a policy and utilities committee that lets us pay that out of pocket, and we also carry a KLC insurance policy that protects us if the city makes a mistake. That if we're negligent with something breaks down and it backs up, we're covered by that KLC policy. And in some instances, there's nothing negligent that utilities has done wrong, but we still have sewer backup. So we are going to be pricing what some other policies might be for that. I mean, those can be, they're disruptive to life. They can be pretty expensive. You know, there's not much of a backup that you're going to get resolved for less than 50, sometimes upwards of 50. Depends on the severity and where it goes to or stuff. So we'll be shopping for a new policy to see if there's a better policy that fits to cover us entirely. Getting up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. We're still waiting on to hear back on the Land and Water Conservation Fund grant that we've applied for. Still have not heard back on that. We have heard from the DRA, which is the Delta Regional Authority, and it was not awarded. So we will, I will apply again for the next round of funding, but I don't know that it's something that we need to wait on much longer. I mean, we've been blessed. 4 times we've built that coffer dam. And we've never lost water. One of these days, it's not going to happen. Something's going to go wrong. And we need to make sure that that's completed and that project is done, because if that happens and it fails and we lose water to the city, we've never done that. There's always that one chance in 100 that we can't get the gravel or whatever it is, the trucks can't run or whatever, something's going wrong that we didn't expect or couldn't anticipate. And so my biggest concern is that we get that dam built, or that berm built around the water plant or treatment plant, so that we can protect our water source. So keep it flowing. I mean, we've never lost water yet. We can still live on that. But I feel like, you know, the more chances you take, the greater your risk is. I don't know, man, you might can help me out on those ratios. I don't know. What are the chances? You know.
You gotta pay you. Can't gamble, we can't get an answer about percentages unless you pay, right?
You said we built that 3 or 4 times.
4 times.
And we,
Since
I
I've
think
been
I know
there, we
the
built
answer to
it 4
this.
times.
Why have we taken it down?
Well, number one, to get funding for it. Number two, it was never permitted. Okay, so because you're building a dam or a berm that's gonna be above base flood elevation, you've got to get permission from multiple agencies, not just Division of Water. But there's a section that deals with dams. You've got the Corps of
We
Engineers.
built in a state of emergency, so.
That's correct. And so we were able to do that to protect critical infrastructure. But then we had to take them down and we had to move the materials outside the floodplain.
That's what I
And
thought.
we did, but,
And,
um,
and they're emergency. They're really not what you'd end up with for the permanent structure. You know, even at the elevation same, you wouldn't build something. And the aggregate that gets moved in, of course, you gotta buy it, you gotta truck it in. But when it disappears into the city. You don't double pay you're not, get it here close. You still gotta pay it to move it a second time.
Yeah.
But it finds a home. A large part of this one, Bobby, I think it went over into our wastewater headworks project and dressing there. Some of it went there. I think Brad got some of it. So I mean, it's.
but this last time there was no reimbursement for it. It was not in that. We got reimbursement on 3 of them, but this one we didn't.
But
It was-
the materials are, used in the city and it's not invented uses, it's needed uses.
Is that for,
Yes, ma'am.
The application was for,
The application was to protect critical infrastructure of the water treatment plant.
do you have a figure, what, how much were you asking?
1.3 million. Yes, ma'am.
Is that a good estimate of what it would cost to put it in a?
That was what we got from the engineers that did the research on it, yes.
Well, still have the photos of the dump trucks driving through the water, but they.
I might get a copy of that, and send it on our next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember right, they had to drive a T-post on the sides of the road to make sure nobody.
You're getting a lot of nods in the background, so yes, that's correct.
John boat going to deliver supplies to
Yeah,
people.
they built that. That was an amazing feat right there. That was well done.
Took a picture.
The thing about it is, you can drive a T-post there, but that don't mean that shoulder's still gonna be there when you.
oh, that's true. Well, we're fortunate we don't get flowing water across there, but you never know, do you? So.
I guess we still hold the record, don't we? Most DGA moved in one day.
Maybe we just need to have that area as our storage for dense grade and buy it in bulk and have it there all the
That's kind
time.
of
Did it that way.
That's kind of what it ends up being. What kind of ends up being. Okay, got anything else on the budget?
No, that's it.
Had, everybody seen the press release in the news today of, economic development? That's good news. And, kind of tempered a little bit from the notes we got from CC Metals last week, so. We'll see where all those wind up, so. Ready for departmental reports. Buchanan, you got to go first. You already been up, we'll make you get up again.
I don't really have a whole lot to report on, whoever came in and, worked a little extra hours, had some accidents that we, worked during that, cold spell. Really wasn't too much out of the ordinary, so to speak on that. Coming up, got an officer's got some training this week. Here in a couple weeks, John and I are gonna go to Frankfurt for the, City Day, City Night event. And then, next month, there's a couple of us going for more, service training as well, but as of right now, we're gonna have another officer start this week on Thursday, and I'll introduce him at the next council meeting. So, that's all I have. If you guys have anything, maybe I'm available.
And he spent some time outdoors today. I'm jealous.
Officer,
Thanks, Chief. Chief Davis, you got nothing? You want to come up here and stand in front of it and make sure the microphone's on or anything?
Say again, please.
You have to come up here and stand in front and make sure the microphone's on. You don't have anything to say? Okay.
We got a full blown State of the Union from everybody last month. so.
Yeah. We're good on that, even from its 5 years.
Brad? No, you're gonna let,
Snow gone.
Yeah, but
I'll do it.
How much salt you got left? You halfway through, quarter of the way through?
No more snow. One
So-
more snow, man.
So you're halfway done? Well, good. Hopefully it'll keep well.
I wish the state really used their new shed, really.
It's just the deal with.
They didn't,
Why? They even get in.
I don't think,
But you'd have to be coming.
What are we doing?
Down there.
Bobby, what you got, man? Bobby's got a lot of stuff. He's been busy. I know Bobby's been busy because I've been with him. You want to,
Yeah, I didn't write anything down. I've already forgot everything.
oh, no.
Basically just battling through the winter storm and stuff.
What was your biggest challenge? We didn't lose power anywhere.
No, we did have a
There was-
freeze up at the water tower for a little bit. We got it taken care of.
Had a transmitter line to him.
Yeah, which caused us to drain it for a little while, but we caught it just in time. Had to go back up. And then just battling, just extreme colds and everything else. We're fortunate. Nothing really major has happened like it could have happened, so knock on wood. And like I say, really nothing much more. I guess.
Yeah, good.
But I did send everybody an email
Mhm.
about
The
the
van.
truck that I'm doing Tuesday and Thursday.
Mhm.
And I've already talked to him today. We're gonna be doing one tomorrow if anybody wants to come look at it, because this is the equipment that has to deal with, like he was talking, backups and stuff. It's used for all that. It's actually used on both sides of the department, water and sewer, because we can hydro with it. We can hydro excavate with it. We can clean lines out with it. We can suck lift stations out with it. Because before, the one we got now, if I want to do anything that's major, I'm gonna have to call one. It takes me like 2 hours to get one down here. So something,
What time will they be?
tomorrow, they're gonna be here, well, we're gonna start around 7 or 7:30. So I'm gonna have it for half a day. And I'm doing 2 major things with it tomorrow that I wanna see it can do. And if I get time, I might do a little other stuff with it, but the same thing for Thursday.
And where will it be?
They're gonna meet me at the water plant right
Okay.
now. But if anybody wants to see it, just message me and I can tell you where we're at or whatever we're doing.
City Hall's got him by radio. City Hall can figure out where he's at.
Yeah, that's right.
Did we get to drive it?
You got CDL?
No.
That's a big shoot down.
We come up with one
I
tonight.
didn't say.
You can work,
Doing hydro excavating with it and stuff.
be on the business end.
Be on business.
No, okay, no.
Hey, it ain't that fun.
It is a good piece of equipment. It's
Yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah.
To see these things at work.
So our current rig that we've got was bought used from the Frankfurt area, I think. And I don't even know how long ago. Do you have any?
It's an 07 model, but we bought it in, I think, 15.
Okay.
15.
when Roger was here.
Yeah. Roger was the
So
one.
we know who to blame. No, anyway. So its capacity is small and doesn't
Yeah.
quite have the kind of functionality.
And no matter what we do to it, we don't know if it's gonna operate correctly, or we've had it, just shut down on us. Nobody can figure out why it just keeps shutting down on us. And that's the kind of stuff that you don't want to get into when you're in a major emergency event. So that's why I'm looking at this. Yeah. Other than that, you got anything?
Well, you need to talk some more.
Well,
Okay, so Bobby's got a project. So when Oak Park Boulevard used to go kind of east of Druthers, and we connected it to the entrance of the Purchase Parkway. They didn't relocate those utilities. So now the transportation cabinet out near Marshall Yards, they got a whole division that takes care of that kind of stuff, but we are left holding the bag before they did that.
yeah.
So we got water mains through that area, a mega gym, got a conditional use.
Yeah, again, they're gonna expand.
Okay, so we're straightening up some water lines and some sewer lines through there, divvying up that project. Bobby's been hard at work with engineers, getting ready for that. And then, we've got a rather large sewer customer we're gonna have some business talks with, and, so moving forward.
Couple big things. I didn't know if I need to mention stuff or not.
Well, it's just stuff. I mean, it's
Good around into it.
on top of making sure everything's flowing the right direction. It's normal everyday life, so.
But yeah, but that water line is underway. Chad's already he's already talked to, DFW. All that's supposed to be.
So getting those engineering plans laid out and getting commitments so we don't mess with Mega Jim's timeline on their project. So that's pretty key stuff.
Thank you.
Really? Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you.
Well, Blair's, she's learned she can sit behind that thing and I never can see her, but what you got going on, Blair? I know you got stuff.
Not really, but pretty quick. On Wednesday, Bobby and a group of ladies, every Wednesday in the small mini room at the Civic Center have been, preserving our city museum. So a lot of the newspapers, photographs, they are scanning them, they are putting them, laminating them, in protective, kind of making them gonna be last longer than what they are now. They're kind of getting brittle. So it's awesome. I love the fact that they're there getting it together. Janice Devine was a big advocate for this to happen. So it breaks my heart to see her not be there to see it through. But Bobby is there and several other ladies in the community. So if you know of anybody that would be interested, at 9:30 every Wednesday, they've been working hard to get that done. There's a lot to go through. So I guess a couple weeks ago, I applied for a community sparks grant. It's through the American League of Cities. It's just a small $2,000 grant, something that will go towards a project that I'm working on for May. May is Bike Safety Month, and we'd like to do a pop-up bike shop. So we can use those funds towards that project. And it's just something, hopefully, I think they announced the winner March 1st. So hopefully that's funds that we can use. I'd like to use it to create like a trail map for the city. And then we can also use it for other various things too, on the educational side of this pop-up bike club or pop-up bike event. Of course, February 25th, grand opening for Marshall Yards. Excited to see that come to fruition. And I know you guys all know about that, but definitely wanted to mention it. The Coffee and Chocolate Festival is March 7th and 8th. We have 30 vendors. We sent it out to the prior vendors first and gave them 2 weeks to sign up, and 22 out of the 30 signed up. So we kind of handpicked the last of those to fill the empty slots, and there's going to be some really great vendors there. We're also going to do workshops at the library. So different types of classes, how to make cake pops, the history of chocolate. There's going to be a tea making class. So lots of different types of classes, workshops throughout those 2 days, which will be fun. The Tennessee Riverline Conference is also at the end of the month. I'm really sad that I will miss Marshall Yards. I'll be here for the grand opening, but the beginning of the fun I will miss. And then also I sent an email out to council members, and if you guys haven't responded, I know I've heard back from most of you, but I need that detail for the annual report because I want to try and wrap that up in the next couple of days. Basically, it was just 2 questions. Tell me, I don't even remember what the questions were. To tell you the truth.
See the email, right?
Favorite project.
Favorite
event.
Favorite event, yeah. So you can text it to me. Whatever quote you want to use, that would be great, but I want to try and get that nailed down in the next couple of days so we can get that off to. And that's it. That's all I got.
A lot.
Mayor,
Thanks.
one of the last things Janice Devine said to me was she apologized for we were able to kind of work on the Wednesday. She's talked to her on Saturday and she apologized that she was going to be in the hospital for brain surgery. And apologize for not being able to.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. We got one more report to do. Airport. We're not gonna leave him out.
I as well have not much.
We go.
We have 4 projects working their way. Creeping is faster than they're moving, so I'm not sure of the correct word. 2 of the projects, the runway end identification lights and the precision approach path indicators. And the fence project are depending on KDA and parks to move them forward. And we're still waiting to hear from both KDA, Department of Aviation and Parks. The other 2, the airport layout plan and the T hangar design, the specifications. Both of those are being wrapped up as final drafts this month, and they will be in the hands of KDA and then FAA by the end of this month. So those are moving. I'm expecting a significant slowdown once they get out of our office and into the state offices. Both the state and the FAA seem to be moving extra slow. But that's just a curmudgeon's observation of what's happening. So that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Danae, you got something for us?
I do not.
Have I got all the departmental reports out for you? Okay,
Just City Hall's the only one you got left.
City Hall. Okay, we'll do, think it's,
Yeah.
Okay. Just some things to let you know what's going on right now. We're working on light projects for Memorial Park. We've finished the lights that go on the latest portion of the paved trail, and then up the hill from the amphitheater. There's gonna be 2 going up the hill from there. There's 6 over to the other one, plus the lighting inside the gazebo or the pavilion over there. Then we're having another light that's going on right up here, you know, where the little bulletin board is, that's gonna come down. We're gonna put a light there that will shine across on the crosswalk. We had originally thought about putting it because of the power location on the north side shining south. But because we have street lights on the north side, it makes more sense to shoot the light north, from the south to the north, because as it fades, that light fades, the street lights on the road lights will actually help assist with lighting there. So we're also looking at the parking lot back here behind City Hall, getting it lit. We're working on that now. We're also working on, Ashley and I are finishing codification for the ordinances, so we can get them into someone like either municipal publishing or municipal mini law or American legal, so that we can have them actually codified and they can actually go on the internet and on our website. So we're working to that end. Greg and I started the project some years ago, and we both got sidetracked, but we're gonna finish it. All funeral services, the cemetery program is ready to go online. We want to show it off to the the cemetery board first, and then we'll actually link it up with the website as well. So,
what's the name of the package again?
all funeral services.
Okay.
It's our cemetery tracking, and but you can actually go online and take a look at the lot, and shows the lots. You can select the lot, look at it. Most of them have a photograph that you can look and see what it looks like from that lot. So if they have an idea of what and where it is. And I will remind the financial disclosure forms that you all received are due this Friday. So we need to get them back in as soon as possible.
I have everyone's but Chair. And the mayor. And you.
Okay, well,
You.
so, since you decided to call everybody out.
I know.
I'm not gonna stay.
Not naming names.
But, okay. We're also doing finishing up design on the Public Works building We've been working to, there's been some things that have changed with the possibility of the new truck being purchased. It'll need a place to be housed. And so the jetter back truck that Bobby was talking about would be housed in this new building. It's the only building we got that's gonna be long enough to hold. So we're working on that. So we had to go back and tweak some of the specs for it. But we're close to getting that ready for a bid package, so. I think, Brad, anything else you can think of? Unless you guys have any questions, that's kind of where we are with projects right now. I know there's some projects we're not gonna be able to do because the funding, everything has gone sky high. And so, there's since the park, the lights for fields 1 and 2 are already there and functional. And the other projects need to be addressed because they're for safety reasons. We're pushing the fields 1 and 2, their change over to LED for metal halide until, if we've got enough money left over, we'll try, but most likely they'll move till next year's budget. So, and I've already spoke to the park board about that. So. And that's all I have.
When do you think the finish coat? When do they start paving again in the spring?
Probably late March, early April. Gotta get warm where, that's why they didn't go ahead. and
Oh, yeah.
finish it.
Yeah.
They want to do a good job.
Water looked good. Looks like it's draining good.
Yeah, it looked like
Okay. Then I need it.
I would like to have the generator grant on the agenda next meeting.
Okay.
Cause we need to,
I've talked to my chairman Donahue and weather happened and Marcella's and everything. So there are talks about getting in the paper. And I wanted to have it in the paper January. Okay.
so they have an application ready.
Yeah.
for people. Good,
Yeah.
right.
So, well, there's some more about how it's going to be graded and what should be part of the grant application that I've been talking to Mark for is how it's going to be graded. Ralph? Ralph? You're in? All right.
I'm good.
You're good. Well, we're stuck in meetings because Kevin's.
We can take care of it.
No, thank you.
He's good.
Make a motion.
We got a motion. We got a motion.
I'll second.
We got a motion in a second.
Think you'll be happy with me.
All in favor?
Well, you've got more seniority.
All
than
right.
me.
Dismissed.
You do not mind for me to-
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Good.
I think you planned it to get somebody else to.
Somebody else can do it.
First day plays
They
9 o'clock.
thought-
And
They thought
TV.
doing you dirty now.
TV.
It's the fight.
Done being placed. That's okay.
I'm hurry, 9 o'clock.
That's one of our cable.
Yeah.
I get it on YouTube TV.
We've
It's,
been playing.
but it's a regular channel. It's not like an internet.
Mostly all year. And
I don't know what package. You have some kind of,
Tennessee.
I don't have like a special sports guy.
Me, myself.
He's talking about that. He's talking about that color.
Me, myself, and I, all three of us.